What up YouTubers and Racer players? King's Day 2018. Let's go.
Oké. En als je er nog net klaar van bent en ziet, dan heb je nog een.
It's early in the morning and the first games that I encounter are these big box PC games. Whoa, we're off to a good start here, people. I didn't thought that it would be possible in this day and age, but I found something for the NES. The 8-bit Nintendo. It isn't a game, but it's a game key adapter. You can play American games with this adapter on your NES PAL console.
Wat moet deze kosten?
5
€5.
euro.
5 euro.
Kijk, vind je het zoveel? Toch een mooi prijsje. Ja.
2,5 is beter.
Ja, dat is beter. Dan gaan we het zo snel. 3.
Ja, nee, dat is helemaal goed. Doen we.
En dat is al.
Nee, jij hebt groot.
Ik geef ze gewoon.
I paid €3 for the NES adapter. Later on I did some research, found out that it was pretty rare and expensive. I was shocked to find that out. And I'm also hunting for some Skylander stuff. Here I buy a bag for €1. And I must admit that I'm searching for Skylanders for myself and for my children. It's become a thing. Yeah.
€1 mag je meenemen.
€1?
Ja,
Ja, dat is op zich.
Dat is een mooie PlayStation 2 verkoop. Alleen ga ik geven een PlayStation 5 of zo.
This lady is selling the PlayStation 2 of her son. She wants to get rid of it because he has a PlayStation 5 now. That's interesting. Very interesting.
En wat vraagt u ervoor dan?
Alleen voor
voor de PlayStation voor de spellen.
Oh, beide eigenlijk.
ja, ik dacht dat.
If I'm completely honest, then I must say that I'm only interested in Final Fantasy X and the Sonic Collection, but the lady gives me such a good price that I picked it all up.
Ik heb alles uitgehaald
Ja, oké.
als nieuwe. Kijk, voor 2 mensen spelen.
Ja, met 2 controllers erbij.
Met 2 controllers. En hier gebruik zo'n lijn. Nou, doe maar voor €10.
€10.
This next seller has an Xbox 360 console for sale. He wants €30 for the console, and for €40 you get the console and the games. Now, the games aren't really my cup of tea, and the Xbox console, yeah, I like the green controller. This console set had a green Xbox 360 controller. That was pretty damn cool. I liked that controller. I wanted that controller, but I didn't want to buy this whole set. And it's pretty risky too, because Xbox 360 consoles are very faulty, especially on the flea market. On the flea market, they are very, very faulty. So I decided to pass on this set, but still bummed out by the green controller. Look at that. That's awesome. Here we have a bunch of PlayStation 3 games. Sadly, nothing that interested me. This next family was selling all their Xbox 360 games. I picked up 2, but I should have picked up more. And there are some great titles here, but I already have a lot of these.
Ze hebben wel hele leuke spellen.
Ja, dat ziet inderdaad hele leuke spelletjes, ja. En allemaal van jou geweest?
Van mijn vader en van mij.
En van je vader en van jou? Ja, er zitten wel leuke spelletjes tussen.
Die spellen erbij, toch? Die bij dat ding horen? Bij die andere.
Oh ja, hier hoor. Dat zijn hè?
Nee, maar dat is een Sky Lander, maar ik heb niet van die cd's erbij.
Nee, maar waar heb je dat? Welkom man.
Zo'n ding wat in een portaal hoort.
Nee, dat kinetic denk ik. Wat je bewegen kan en zo. Die spellen. Maar dat je die dan. Die hadden we toch over, hè?
Ja, kinetic ding, ja.
These two ladies are selling Sega Mega Drive games. I haven't seen those on the flea market for ages, but sadly they're overpriced and crappy.
€5 per spel.
€5 per spelletje.
Kijk eens, je Pokémon kaartje. Oh ja. Hey.
The next seller has a Super Nintendo, but don't get excited guys, because it's piss yellow. Super Mario World inside, also piss yellow. The price, piss poor, because he's asking €45. Sadly, he started explaining how he got to that price point after I turned my camera off. He checked out some online game shops. Damn!
Ik vraag u voor één zo'n poppetje.
€2.
€2. En voor de Super Nintendo vroeg u?
45.
45. Ik doe er eentje mee. Deze hebben ze voor mij nog niet.
Dat is prima.
This next lady has a VTech controller, a brick game, and check this out, a DuckTales stamp set. Wow, amazing. I saw these when I was a kid, and now after all these years, I'm seeing them again on the flea market. Needless to say, I picked this up.
Wat heeft deze kost, mevrouw? 50 cent. Ja, dat is wel goed.
It's too bad that Ed isn't with me right now on the flea market from the YouTube channel Ed's Retro Geek Out, because he would indeed geek out, because there is a turtle action figure here. It's Donatello, and I believe it's from the first line of toys, from the first series, but I could be wrong here. Ed, correct me if I'm wrong. And for €1, of course I picked it up.
Wat wil je ervoor hebben? Een eurotje? Ja, doen we.
Here's a power tip from the Fleaman. Always, I repeat, always check the cases. Here's why.
Ik vraag voor de DS-spelletjes.
Ja, dat moet ik wel, dat weet ik eigenlijk niet. Wat wou je vergeten?
Nou, ik zie dat er geen spelletjes in zitten.
Zit er geen spelletjes meer in? Oh joh, ik heb, weet je, ik heb gewoon heel... Nou, dan niks hè, dan gooi ik het zo weg. Ik heb helemaal nog niet hier naar gekeken, ik heb zo'n tasje van...
For me, there's nothing more fun and relaxing than digging through boxes full of DVD's and PlayStation 2 games and then finding that one title you want.
Ah, nou jongen, hou op niet op.
Even hele grote. Ja. Hè? Oh, nou hè. Kijk, nou ik in 50 euro wil je euro redden.
Ja.
Dat is een spelling meneer.
2 euro.
2 euro. Eurootje?
Nee, dat hoef ik niet voor weg.
Nou, dan doen we 2.
Time to mix it up. Time to do something else. This is a virtual reality tour with the Fleeman. No. This is what I experience when I'm walking on my local flea market on King's Day. And yeah, I walked a lot yesterday. And I decided to do a little montage. Something else. So yeah, give this video a thumbs up, people. Thumbs up for the Fleeman. Next up is a crazy seller. No, that's not nice, Fleeman. Next up is an unrealistic seller. Let's call it unrealistic. And I had a lot of those yesterday. Unrealistic sellers with unrealistic prices. 15 euros for PlayStation 3 games on a flea market. Are you crazy? Come on, man.
€15? Ja. Oei.
Ja, ze staan op internet duurder hoor. Op internet op Marktplaats staan ze voor €30.
Ja, dat zal wel. Voor mij lag ik hem laatst voor 15 bij het internet, maar ik kan me vergissen.
Nou, wat heb je ervoor over dan?
Here's another power tip from the Fleeman. If you're buying video games on a flea market, be very careful with online games because most of the time they don't work anymore, especially PC games. But here's a PlayStation 2 example.
Vraag je voor een spelletje, mevrouw?
Ja. €3 per stuk.
€3 per stuk.
Ik heb ze gecontroleerd dat ze er allemaal in zitten. Nog even voor zeker kijken dat het goed is hoor.
2 voor 3. En ik vraag me af of je deze nou wel kan spelen, want deze is online. Dit is PlayStation 2 met netwerk.
Oh ja, dat is ja.
Dus
Dat is inderdaad even. Dat is...
weet ik niet hoor. Ik moet heel eerlijk zeggen, maar ik zie er online op staan en ik vraag me af of je deze nog wel kan spelen. Maar,
Ja, die voor 50% erbij. 3,5.
What's worse than resellers? German resellers. We have a lot of those here on the King's Day because we live very close to the German border. They even come with their own van. They're very obnoxious and rude, even against children. Fuck them. $3.50 for PlayStation 2 games. Sadly, I have a few of those. SpongeBob is a great game, by the way. The rest of them, no, not my cup of tea. Note to self, remove a lot of this Skylanders footage from the video. It's not very macho and fuck it, I'm leaving it in here. I play Skylanders games by myself and with my children, proud of it.
Vraagt u voor de Skylanders, mevrouw?
Voor de?
Skylanders.
Die kleintjes die waren €1.
Ja.
En deze zijn €2.
Oké, is goed.
Dan zet je helemaal compleet in één keer. Dus met spel, met de portal. Dat is €20.
Ja, maar ze hebben ze zelf al, dus we moeten goed kijken. We moeten nog een paar hebben.
Ja. Dat wordt gezegd, hè? Ja.
This next seller has PlayStation 2 games, Xbox games, and a couple of PlayStation 3 games for sale. Now, I could have picked them all up because they were dirt cheap, but I'm more picky these days, so I only picked 5 games from this lot. And I picked up Tenchu for the Xbox. I played the original game on the PlayStation 1. Don't know what the Xbox game is all about and if it's any good, but I'm going to find that out sooner than later. I also picked up Scalar for the Xbox. I think it's a platform game, but I'm not really sure. I also picked up Uncharted, played the second game for the PlayStation 3, haven't played the original. I also picked up, and I'm very happy to show you guys this, Jak and Daxter, the original game. Game number 2 and 3 are very different in the series. The original is a collectathon and one of the very last collectathons. So I'm happy to play that game once again. I also picked up Power Rangers, and yeah, that's an interesting game to say the least. Maybe I'm going to review that game in the future. Who knows? Let's move on.
Vragen jullie voor de spelletjes?
Medicijnkastje.
Alright, so I'm going through a bunch of Xbox games on the flea market. I see 1 or 2 games I like. I want to pick them up, and I check one more time, and oh man, I'm so pissed. What happened? What happened? You will see what happens. Man, this is so fucked up. Seriously, illegal copy Xbox games. Damn, that's fucked up. That doesn't belong on the flea market, especially without a console. And check this out, the trolley mafia, my mortal enemies. They're back, and they're packing heat. Double trolleys. When one trolley isn't enough, you just carry 2. Farming simulator, Minecraft. Couldn't make a deal with this seller. He was asking just a little bit too much. Still bummed out about that. But hey, I picked up some nice things already, so I can't complain. Let's move on.
Ik weet niet zeker of die het nog doet, GTA.
Oké.
Ik weet niet of die er nog in zit.
Goedemorgen. Vraag je voor je spelletjes?
Welke?
Deze en deze.
Die is 5 en die is 8. Die is 3.
Deze is 3.
Ja, en die andere is 5.
Oké.
This young lady is asking €3 for Monkey Ball 3D on the 3DS. So I think €3 is a good price then.
Ik neem deze mee.
Een soort twister, hè?
Ja, en het ziet er wel grappig uit.
Ja, is ook heel leuk hoor.
Vraagt u ervoor meneer?
€2,5 mag je mee hebben.
2,5.
Ja. Zelfs het rollen.
Zal ik het nog een keer proberen?
Ja.
Dan let jij ook even op mij.
Nee, ik let op jongen, ik let op. Ik let ook op jouw stoel.
Oh, we vragen voor die boekjes dan.
Allemaal.
Ja, en die klok vind ik ook wel leuk trouwens.
Die klok is €5 en Elke boek per stuk is ook €5.
Oké.
I wasn't expecting to see PlayStation 4 games on the flea market, but here we go. I have a PlayStation 4, believe it or not. I bought it on Black Friday. I only have one game for it, and that's Ukulele. I haven't booted on my PlayStation 4 for some time now, but now I have two games for the PlayStation 4. It's Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2 that has the honor of being added to my collection. Another example of unrealistic prices, Xbox 360 games for €10 each. No, I'm not buying that from you at a flea market for that price, because for €10 I can also buy that game at a local second-hand game shop with warranty, so no.
Ja, oh, Kaas, je hebt handen. Die meneer die wil weten wat je nou vraagt.
€10. En dan ben je te veel van het goeie.
7,5. €10 ben ik maar. Oké. Ja, natuurlijk.
Vrij voor de wiespelletjes.
Voor de wiespelletjes?
Ja.
52 per stuk.
52 per stuk.
Bij de gameshop kan je soms zoveel kopen.
En vrij voor die shirtjes.
€1.
€1.
Ja.
It's becoming very annoying, but at least I got it on tape this time. Another kid that is comparing his prices to game shop prices. Man.
Die spel die zit daar allemaal in.
Krijgt u ervoor?
€5.
€5.
Ja, dat staat er ook wel op hoor. Kijk, daar staat ja, dit spel die zit.
Well, that's it, people. King's Day 2018 is officially over. Time for the pickup montage. This is just the beginning of the flea market madness that is coming this summer, so stay tuned and I will see you guys in another video.
Me forever, and the day we live as one. We made our vows, we live a life anew. And she promised me in secret that she'd love me for all time. It's a promise so untrue. Tell me, what will I do?